Hi and welcome. Today I'm going to talk about how we are too busy to quit sugar, or you can apply that to pretty much any area of your life. You can apply it to achieving your goals or whatever. We're always too busy. So, this is probably one of the most used excuses for not doing something that we say that we want to do. So, whether that is applied to losing weight or quitting sugar, not eating processed foods, going to the gym to exercise, just going out for a walk, doing all these kind of things that we know are good for us and that we say that we want to do, but we never really do because we are too busy. A lot of the time what will happen is that we think we are so busy that we're busy being busy, and then we say, okay, I'm so busy that I can't really focus on this right now, but I'm going to try my best to quit sugar or whatever it might be. And then I'm hoping that I'm going to see some sort of results. I'm hoping that it's going to get better. I'm hoping that by trying, I will get some sort of result. It might not be perfect, but I'm hoping to see something. So what I want to tell you is that when we try, just think about Yoda seriously. There is no try. Try is your brain's way of telling you or giving you some bullshit that, yeah, we'll try. But actually, it's not on my mind at all. It's not a priority. I'm not bothered. That's your brain's way of tricking you into giving up on trying to commit to doing this thing because it is uncomfortable and it takes effort. And our brains don't really like that because that is dangerous. That is something that we try to avoid inherently. So when you are going to quit sugar, you do not try to quit sugar. You make a commitment to quitting sugar, and then you do whatever it takes to get there. If you're not willing to make that commitment, I've said this before, it's better to not try. It's better to just let it be. Because when we are trying, we're making a little bit of a half-assed try to not do it, and then we're giving in anyway. And that's just reinforcing this neural pathway and just making everything so much worse in the end. So decide whether you want to actually go for it or whether you don't want to go for it right now, and that's fine. But make a decision. Don't live in the land of trying and maybe. And the same thing with the word hope. I don't quite like that word because I'm so hopeful. I'm hoping that this is going to work out. I hope that I will win $1 million. I'm hoping this, I'm hoping that. It's just you sitting there and wishing for things without trying to pursue them yourself. Without you trying to do anything to actually get to there. So hope sounds really nice, but it's actually quite deceptive. It's just another word that your brain is using to try and, justify that you're too busy. So, God, I need to sneeze. I need to sneeze every time I'm filming. I don't know what's up with that. So do you know anyone who isn't busy? I'm trying to think, and I know very, very few people that are not busy. Most people consider themselves being very busy. And that is not really, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. Some people are busy because work is really busy. Some people are busy because they have work and they have children. Or, there are all these excuses for why we're being busy. So we can be busy at work because our bosses want us to do as much as possible to save the money, the company money. Someone like me, this is so typical me, and I'm not proud of it, but I think I know several people who are like that. I can be very efficient and I like to just get things done. And if you are in a job where you can do that and you have a certain amount of tasks to do, You just plow through them and you focus on them and you're putting all your energy into getting this happening, and then you finished early. What happens then? Your boss is going to give you more work to do as a reward. And this is not reinforcing in our brains. And I'm so guilty of this. So instead of keep doing this and keep doing it and keep doing it, I'm kind of turning off and I'm slowing down on purpose, because I don't want more work to do, because I'm already so damn busy that I don't want more to do. I want to get my reward in the end of finishing all my tasks. So if I'm being efficient and I'm doing all of this work, I want to be rewarded with some downtime. And that doesn't really happen a lot at work. Some jobs might give you that benefit, but not many of them nowadays. So we start dragging our feet at work, and that doesn't really feel good, because that's not, I know for me anyway, that's not who I truly am. I am a person who likes to be efficient and get things out of the way, and I like to do them properly. So when I on purpose start dragging my feet because I feel so overwhelmed by getting more work, I will start almost resenting work. I will wake up in the morning and I will not really feel great about going to work, because I know I'm going to be busy and there's going to be so much to do, and I'm going to feel overwhelmed. And this is, for many people, not necessarily for me, but for many people, this creates a lot of dread and anxiety, self-pity, and for me, probably overwhelm. That, oh, I don't want to go there. I know that it's just going to be so much coming onto me. So we are also using, now we're in a pretty bad headspace. We're not feeling great about work, and unfortunately, this is the reality for a lot of people. We don't feel great about the job that we're doing, and that's terrible, because we spend so much time doing it. So we also, not only do we feel, self-pity or overwhelmed or whatever it might be, but we're also using this busyness at work, because we are being overwhelmed and we are feeling really tired from doing it, as a justification for not taking care of ourselves. So we might not exercise because we've been busy all day and that makes us really tired. We don't have time to eat healthy, because I don't really know, because eating healthy doesn't actually take much more time than eating unhealthy, but that's a very common excuse that we have. And we're just in such an emotional pain over the whole circus that is going on, that we want to escape. So what ends up happening, because we are being busy, is that we want to overeat. We want to eat the sugar. We want to maybe stay up late at night and watch Netflix and eating popcorn, or just scrolling on Facebook or YouTube or whatever it is. And this just makes it a lot worse, because when you're not allowing yourself to sleep enough, you're going to be tired. And when you haven't slept, you will probably, most likely, be insulin resistant, depending on how sleep deprived you are. But one night of sleep deprivation will make most people insulin resistant. And that's pretty awful. So when we haven't slept a lot, we will have more physiological cravings as well, because we don't have the energy. We will feel like sugar is the answer, because sugar is quick energy. And obviously we haven't slept, so we're going to be tired, we're going to feel more irritable, and we're going to be less able to handle with the busyness at work. So it's just this wheel of negative emotions, and we can't really get out of it because we just feel miserable. So I hope that you can see how we, by abusing ourselves with not taking care of ourselves, we are just making it so much worse. So if you manage to, you can set it up as an experiment, I guess, and just say, okay, for 1 week I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to see what is happening in my life. So if you just prioritize taking care of yourself for 1 week, you made sure that you got enough sleep, you were eating right, you stayed away from the sugar and the processed carbohydrates or processed foods in general, and just made sure that you did everything that was right. Will this change how you feel about work or your business in general, maybe with your children? Just try it out and see what happens. It's not going to hurt. And I also want to offer you this. I had a little thought about sometimes people can change their behavior on the spot right now. And this often happens if someone has been diagnosed with a terminal illness or something. Say someone who's diagnosed with lung cancer, and they say, if you continue smoking, you will probably die within a month. If you give up smoking, your chances of the 5-year survival will maybe be 50%. Okay. This person might just stop smoking straight away because they have a very compelling reason to do so. Not everyone can do this, not everyone can actually get to this space, but many people will. So it is possible. And the same thing, if something that's extremely common, I actually have, I was discussing this, we never went there, but at the place where I used to work as a personal trainer, we were talking about putting together a package for brides-to-be to get into shape. So that comes to mind as well. So if, let's say you're getting married in 10 weeks and you need to lose weight, you're going to stop all the bull crap. You're going to stop eating sugar, you're going to stop the processed foods, and people can live on just 2 lettuce leaves a day for 10 weeks just in order to look good for the weddings. So this is clearly a very compelling reason. And they clearly can do this, but it's obviously not sustainable the way they're doing it. So, but also let's be honest here. Who are more busy than people that are about to get married? Maybe people who are about to get married with children that already have them. So these people are extremely busy, but they are prioritizing making sure that they are doing whatever they can do in order to reach their goal. So again, it's just about making the priority and making your decision whether you're going to do it or not. So they're not hoping to lose weight. They're going to make damn sure that they're losing weight because they want to look good for the wedding. I don't necessarily think that getting married is a good reason or a good motivation for losing weight or stop eating sugar. Because first of all, it's once you're married, you're probably going to go back and eat whatever you ate before. Because now you don't really have a goal anymore. You already achieved it. So you can just continue doing what you did before and you will start gaining weight again. But more importantly, I think, is the thought behind this is not a healthy thought usually. It's usually that I'm not good enough as I am. So we want to change our appearance in order to feel worthy of wearing these nice clothes, or so that we look better than we think that we are. And we want to paint a picture of ourselves as this beautiful, slim being, at least in the eyes of other people. And that's not really a healthy perspective, I think. I don't think it's a healthy way of approaching it. I think we should be approaching quitting sugar or losing weight or whatever it might be from a place of that I am worthy and therefore I want to do this because we want to take care of ourselves. We are that important. So that's very, very different. However, I'm not going to talk about this because I could talk about this forever. So when you think that you are too busy, ask yourself who is actually deciding whether you are too busy. So I'm pretty sure that every person has their own definition of what busy is, and the one who decides how busy you are, that's you. I might not think that you're busy. So what's going on when you think that you're busy? What's in your head? Why do you think that you're busy? And why do you use this word as a definition for what's going on in your life? It might feel like that's the truth because you have so many things going on. But if I ask you to describe your day in using other words than busy, and what would you say? So if that was me right now and I'm thinking what I'm doing, I could say that I'm crazy busy. So what am I doing right now? I'm working on my free membership site, which is it's up and running, but I haven't quite finished organizing it so that it's manageable in a good way for me. So that's something that I easily feel overwhelmed about because there are a lot of technical things that I need to learn, and there's nothing there that actually excites me whatsoever. I like the coaching part, I like teaching people, I like changing lives, including my own. That's what I like doing. And then I'm about to create, obviously I'm about to create content for this membership site, so I want to put out some content that is only for the members. I want to make sure that I have at least 2 new YouTube videos every week so that I can help anyone who's on YouTube who wants to watch that. And I'm also doing one Facebook Live every week, which needs an amount of planning, and obviously I need to do it. I have clients to coach. I'm also creating a 6-week in-depth video course on how to quit sugar. I'm planning on a coaching program that I'm going to offer my clients in order to make it more affordable to have coaching, because obviously coaching comes with a fee, and that's usually for some people that's a lot of money. So I'm trying to figure out a coaching program that I can do with a group of people so that it would be really affordable for them to actually go on and quit sugar, which I hope that it would be super awesome. And I'm also planning on having a monthly topic for my members in the membership site. So I want to put out a video a week which relates to this topic, so I need to plan that. So you see, I have all these things going on, and I want to launch this membership topic in September, so I want that to be done within a week. And there's so many things here that I want done yesterday. So you can see I could easily describe myself as being crazy busy, and it's really easy for me to start feeling overwhelmed by this. And just by listing it like this, I feel like, oh my God, how am I going to have time to do that? And I start feeling overwhelmed and almost a little bit anxious straight away. So is there a way for me to reframe the situation to make me feel more energized by it? So how could I describe this in a way that is much more useful to me? So, for example, I could say that I get to do something that I feel really passionate about, which is the coaching of people, which is teaching people to quit sugar, that part. And I get to help people and make a difference in people's lives. So that's why when you are commenting on my videos and you say, hey, I have implemented this and it has helped me so much, that makes it worth every single minute that I spend doing this. Because that's why I'm doing it. When I can see that it has an impact, that energizes me and it makes me feel like what I'm doing is really worth it. And it just makes me want to do it even more and share even more information with you to allow you to help you and quit your cravings. So that's pretty awesome. So if you have used any of the tools that I've been teaching you, just please let me know and let me know how it goes, because that's what's driving me. It's the positive feedback, and I just feel like, yes, what I'm doing is actually worth it, and it's worth it for you, it's worth it for me, and everyone's happy. So please share. It makes me really happy. So when you think about that you're too busy to achieve your goals, just ask yourself, what is it that makes you so busy? What can you do? Is there a better way of describing it? Is there something that is driving you to do what you're doing? Or is it all just misery? Then maybe you need to change that. A lot of the time it's just that we are disorganized. So when I just told you everything that I'm doing, if I just had that on the wall saying you need to do all this, I would still feel very overwhelmed. But for me, it's about being organized, schedule time to do all these things, and also break them down into smaller pieces. So just when I'm thinking about let's say the planning of the monthly topic, for example, that I'm going to have in my membership. I obviously have to plan a monthly topic, and then what videos I'm going to have, and then what's in each video, and what the message is that I want to convey, and so on. So I can break it down into smaller steps and make them manageable so that I know exactly what it is that I'm doing. And that goes for work or whatever as well. You can just schedule time to do different tasks and break them down into smaller pieces so that it's not feeling huge, so that you can make some sort of progress a little bit at a time. That usually helps a lot. So I know I'm talking about this a lot, but the key is planning. And usually I'm talking about this in terms of getting used to using our prefrontal cortex to make the decisions for us rather than letting the primal brain do it. But when it comes to planning, it's also a really, really useful tool. So when you think that you're busy, so when we can deconstruct and break things down into smaller pieces, it is so much easier to not feel overwhelmed. And it's so much easier to grasp what it is that we're doing and to feel as if we are in some sort of control of the situation. So having a plan, even if it is about your, day-to-day work, can really, really help for some people. I'm not saying that you need to schedule every single thing, but for me, it actually works to see, okay, so this is the time where I'm going to be cooking and eating maybe, and then I'm going to do some more work, and then I'm free. And I know I have that time free because I have already finished everything else. So I actually almost have scheduled time for myself to have, to relax. And once you are in control of one area of your life, it's so much easier to be in control in other areas of your life, as in eating, for example. So if you don't have a plan for what you're going to eat or for how to approach your work, you are going to open yourself up for a lot of chatter in your brain. Someone's going to speak to you there, and it's your lower brain that will want you to do something different that you actually want to do. And you're going to have to start negotiate with your lower brain, and you have to make decisions in the moment. And if you haven't watched any of my previous material, you know that I do not recommend making decisions in the moment, because 99% of the time your lower brain is going to win. Your lower brain is looking for pleasure, it looks to avoid pain, and it wants to expend the least amount of energy. So it's making you lazy, and it will most likely want you to eat or do something else that gives you pleasure straight away in order to avoid the emotional pain, the busyness that is a very negative emotion. So I think you already know that this is probably not the best idea to have this discussion in the moment to decide what you're going to do next. So if you have a plan, you can just make sure that you follow that plan. And in the beginning, it might be a little bit hard, but you will get there, I promise you. It's just a matter of practicing it. But once you get into it, it's actually so much easier to do. So this was a little bit longer than I was planning on talking, but that happens. So I hope that this has been helpful for you, and maybe you can try to reframe your busyness and start focusing on things that you actually want to prioritize, because you can actually plan for them as well and put them on your calendar and then honor your calendar. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can do that. The membership site is up and running. I haven't really promoted it yet because I'm not quite ready. But if you want to subscribe to that, there should be a little button on my YouTube channel. If you have a look there, it should be on Facebook and a free membership site, so you can sign up there as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and give me your feedback. I want to hear from you. Take care. Bye.